Welcome to OCAS, your island gateway to all things geek. Yeah, there, I can get it right. It's good to be back again and joining me. I think is this your third time, Kieran?
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's great because you're now officially property of this podcast forever. I hope you really you read the fine print when you joined up with us.
My soul is forfeit.
Yes, you forfeited your soul. Welcoming onto the show, a very familiar face to all of you who have been to OCON. Yeah, she's been twice now, twice out of the four. Again, the third time, and we get to keep you as well. Welcoming back, comic artist Tanya Roberts. Welcome, Tanya. It's great to finally speak to you. I've not actually spoken to you, on to all these Ocons. You've seen me running around in the background, I think, quite a lot.
Than at the show afterwards.
Yeah,
Quiz.
I'm the one that writes the quiz. If you've got any grievances about that,
I know some of the answers.
So we'll just get started. You're an artist, an illustrator, comic writer. So how did you get the comic bug, or was it just always there? Were you always kind of doodling away in school?
Yes, I was. Comics particularly. I'm a huge animation fan, so I've always been into animation. I'm still mega into animation more than I am comics. So I studied animation, and this was a long time ago. And when I went get out of college, everyone was doing digital animation, so 2D animation just kind of died, and it hasn't really picked back up again. Which is I don't think it was me. I didn't break it, but it kind of no one wanted to kind of hire 2D animators anymore. So I went into my first Comic Con, which was just a little one called San Diego Comic Con. My friends were like, "Oh,
Okay,
let's go over.
yeah, just say
Go to that.
Ach,
Go
it's
to
no,
that little one." It's funny
ach,
because
yeah,
I
just
come to your show.
amateurs compared to us, really.
Exactly. I prefer to be in the celebrities. And that was when I got the real kind of comic book. And then I was like, oh, this is just drawing. Let's just draw. Let's just draw more. I never got back into animation. So
No, we're just talking about so what did you do during your animation days? What projects did you work on? Like, because you were involved with Disney, so how did something like that come about?
no. So
Well, you're not?
I got out of animation. No. So I did the Disney comics. The little
Okay, all right,
comics I
sorry,
did
I've
with
got them.
Disney were comics. When I got out of animation college, I did like a few things. I think I did like an advert. I couldn't even tell you it was for because it was a long time ago. But I did a test for Sylvain Chomet's Triplets of Belleville and an animated film called Nocturne that I think is uh, Spanish or something. And
Right.
they were both in Edinburgh. They were both made in Edinburgh. And Sylvain was telling me about the triplets of Belleville, and she was really excited about it. So I was like the first person that he spoke to about it when he was in Edinburgh. And I did the test, and he was like, "Oh, she's really shit. She's not a friend, not a." And was speaking in French to his animators about the test, and I was like, "I speak French, but never mind." So I was hearing what he was saying. You're like, "Okay, never mind."
So, like I said, I was just going to say, just what I've read about, I was doing some reading on you leading up to this, so hopefully this is all the stuff about you online's true. I'm hoping that you grew up between Africa and Scotland. Has that kind of influenced your work, do you think? If that's true, like
Yeah, I was just
having those
so
two
funny.
cultures.
I was just down at my parents' house just now because I was telling you the podcaster guys that we've had no power today, so I was refugeeing at my mum's house, and all of our stuff is there, and there's from when I was in Africa, and there's these really nice postcards from of all like these animals that we've seen in Africa. And I used to draw them, and I used to go to safariing and just draw lots of animals and everything. I don't really draw a lot of animals anymore, but I really do love drawing animals, but no one hires me to draw animals. It's really weird. I just draw humans now.
Yeah, know the feeling.
Someone hired me to draw animals. I really like drawing them. But yeah, so being out there in Africa with no internet, being really bored and just drawing and creating things. And so yeah, it does like influence you because it's so beautiful.
So, and I'm guessing, so like The Lion King probably was a big thing for you when you saw that, kind of having that background, what they did
Yeah, but
there.
that was so what was that, 92, 90
And
ish?
94.
yeah.
It came out the year I was born.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Sounds
94.
almost right. almost right. You're too young. You're so little. Here you were born. Oh my god. So I was
Uh,
in school, and that yeah, it did really. It was such a huge film, and I think they got most of the animals right because when you grow up in Africa, you know all the animals and everything. I knew I was just studying books about animals back and forth, where and all of those most of those animals are right. But when you look at Tarzan, I'm such an animal nerd, and it's just like don't exist in that part of the world. They have lemurs. It's
yeah,
supposed to be in Uganda.
yeah. And is it true, like, you kind of found, like, the DeviantArt community while you were doing the Comic Cons, you discovered that?
Yeah, so that's a kind of a thing that and I always kind of speak really fondly of that because it's kind of not really a thing that can be kind of realized again
Mhm.
because it's just an online community where um there was just such a huge outpouring of love and support and everything. And I got to travel the world with people like I would hook on to artists and that I would really admire, and then I'd be like, "Where do you live? Australia? I'm gonna come to Australia." And I think they thought, "Oh, silly Tanya just saying stuff." But I would just turn up and stay with them and chill out. That's how we went to all these cons in like California and New Zealand and all these places. So that was really fun, and it just wouldn't happen now. It seems like it's not really social media's job isn't about kind of I mean, I suppose there are maybe pockets where it's purely kind of community and everything, but it just seems so hate-filled and because there's too much of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's so huge, but this is when it was a small community
Mhm.
and I still do get people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, maybe a DeviantArt," and I try to run away
Yeah, I know the feeling. I've
because of myself, a lot of the stuff that I drew back then. Because you get into things, and that's how you learn how to uh, draw, and you learn how you're going to draw and what you're going to draw,
mhm.
and your style and everything.
Yeah.
You get inspired, and then you draw questionable stuff, and then it's out there, and it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You
Yeah.
just have to own it.
Yeah. Just gotta admit it.
Can't delete it. It's
Yeah,
out there.
All right, Kieran, do you wanna come in there?
yeah, sure. So, referring to how you got inspired to draw and like where you originally started, what was the first comic that you ever did on a professional level?
I think it was Star Wars.
Okay.
I think it was Star Wars, and again, that was weird because it was DeviantArt. So I was on DeviantArt, and the editor reached out to me on DeviantArt,
Wow.
and I was
Okay.
like, "Yeah, right, weird."
Yeah.
You were like, "Yeah, really legit."
Yeah, I've come across
Yeah,
those.
um, but it was, and he's yeah. So I think we just went to email after that, but yeah, that I was doing that for many, many, many years. You can get these kind of jobs through social media.
Mhm.
It's rarer, but in those days, you kind of got people looking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas now you go to conventions and you seek out editors, and you try to figure out who's on what book and who do you need to speak to and stuff like that. And it's a lot of graft, but it's the job.
So, like, getting selected to work on, like, Star Wars comics, like, see on, like, basically your day one, are you given, like, the big book of, "This is the rules, this is what you can and can't do," or
No,
are you given quite a lot of freedom?
we work with Star Wars, yeah. With some projects, they do kind of make sure that you are a bit kind of more, true to the comics and true to the characters and everything because they're not yours, and you have to kind of represent them in a proper way. Like when I was doing Toy Story, and I was drawing Rex, and I forgot that he's actually a toy. He doesn't really move. He just
Right.
really wouldn't. So I was maybe drawing on a bit more of an animated way, and I totally forgot because I love the movies as well. But I forgot that he can't really reach around or whatever. He's really wooden in the way that he moves. So they had to kind of rein me in and go, "You can't really move like that. You need to control that." But yeah, so it just depends on the creators and what their license is like and what they want from you to represent their characters and stuff. So yeah, it depends. Star Wars was very good. Like they let me put nipple tassels on Jabba. So my
You're quite proud of that one, aren't you?
very proud of that one. My editor is just like, just go for it, go for it.
Yeah, that's that's
So
that's
yeah,
an
but
image in my
some people
head.
when that. Well, yeah, yeah. Thanks for that. When you're in your crazy drawings behind you.
You can't resist it. Alexander Louis Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
I don't know. You can probably see the image we've got at the very back here. So, Kaisa, like the style you did the comics, that was more like the original cartoon, wasn't it? Rather than the CGI one. Was that like a
The
conscious effort on the part of the
Are you talking about Star Wars?
Yeah, like I said, the way you've done the comics, it's the original animated Clone Wars cartoon.
Gennady Tartovsky.
Yeah, it seems to
The
resemble
two
that a lot more.
the 2D animated
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, was
No,
that
thank
style?
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, maybe. I
All
kind of
right.
just I kind of just threw it. Yeah, I don't know. Where usually when I get picked for a project, it's because my style matches. So I don't have to do that much wiggle room. I mean, sometimes I do, but just like draw a different thing. But yeah, I mean, I love Gennady Tartovsky's work, and that show is gorgeous. So yeah, thank you. That's good. I
Oh,
like the other style as
well,
well, but
we've got a
obviously
question
I'm
as
Yeah.
well. Someone, the retro gamers just asked, "What did you do for the Clone Wars?"
so it was the comics. So it was I think it was Titan Comics brought out the Clone Wars comics very long time ago. We're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Very long
Was
time
there a
ago.
was there a specific storyline that you worked on, or is there one that really stood out that you got to do?
I liked any time that I could draw Cad Bane or uh or General
Oh,
Grievous.
General Grievous would have been fun.
Dude, I mean he looks like it could be difficult to draw, but he's all blocky and I know he has like four arms and everything, but it's so fun to do him. And I even like drawing that, and I don't like drawing a lot of mechanical stuff, but drawing starships is really fun.
Well, I imagine so. That would be
Because
pretty cool.
but just making stuff up as well, like just some of the characters that were in there. There's like, oh, make some bounty hunters or some extra aliens and just put them in the background. So that was really fun. Do that. And it's great.
And, like, did you have a lot of input into the stories yourself that you were
No,
doing for
none at
Clone
all.
Wars? None at all,
No,
right?
no, no, no. No, so sometimes if I'm doing like if I'm doing comics with independent writers, sometimes I'll just go, here's my opportunity to be a bit of a pain. Because if I help to find the character, I'm just like, here's something this character to do. Or here's a cool like storyline idea or something. And be a bit of a pain in the ass at the writers because I love characters so much and I know they're if I especially if I'm designing them, I'd love to be part of that kind of process. But not all writers are okay with that.
Yeah.
We find them, we weed them out.
Do you find you have to adapt your kind of style a bit more when you're doing licensed work like Ninja Turtles or like
Yeah,
Star Wars? Like
it
you have
depends
to almost constrain yourself a little bit. You
a
can't go
little
fully.
a little bit. Like but if you just have the style guide in front of you and just matching that and it's just sometimes it's I think when I did the Cal Macdonald and Dragon stuff, my hiccup is a little off. So they have to kind of go and talk to me about it and then I'll just redraw them. But you just have to kind of listen to the editors.
Mhm.
They know what they're doing.
And so how does that compare? Like, I know you've done the comic with your husband, like having that complete freedom. Like, how does the whole process compare
I
between
was
the two?
tricky with him because so I'll think I know these characters and then something will come up and I'll be like, oh, why are they doing this? They should do this. Then you can get to A, Y, and Z. And then he has an idea of something that's going to happen in the future. So he has a plan, but I'm trying to strong arm him into certain things. He just won't budge. Very annoying. Then just write my own stuff. Then no one bothers me.
All right, Kieran, do you want to step in there?
Uh,
I think
I can certainly try.
you were in the chat. You were in the chat room there.
As someone was asking questions, this is the same guy from before. So, regarding like the comics, and you mentioned trying to reiterate characters and fix them up to going by the editors, right? This needs to look bit more like Hiccup, for example. What was like the
Yeah, yeah.
what's the like the trickiest or thing or hurdle that you had to overcome in that regard?
Question. I don't really know. Drawing's tricky. Just all drawing is tricky.
Uh,
It's just drawing in general is just really, really hard, and it just will never get easier.
I mean, imagine you.
But I will think about that a question when and I will think if there's an absolute thing that was tricky. I don't know, but yeah, it is really really difficult when people come up to you and think that you learned to draw in college. You don't learn to draw in college. You learn to draw, you know, 20 years or
Yeah,
15 years
yeah.
before that.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
then you bring it's kind of animation college is different than other kind of courses, but you do have comic book courses now. But and as you teach you those kind of things, but that wasn't there when
Oh,
I was
yeah.
studying.
Yeah,
No
you
way.
would have had to, like, pull from, inspirations and other artists that you probably admire, and to try and, like,
Exactly.
kinda, like, do your own sort of style and signature without trying to copy their works too much as well.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it is so you do I do get a lot of people ask me, or give me their portfolios at Comic Cons. And I do the same. Like I pass my portfolio on to other people. I go, how do I get better? You know, tell me how I can what do I need to improve on, And you need to always be aware that and just don't be afraid to kind of ask people because especially at Comic Cons, like they're there to help you.
Mhm.
We're always there to give you advice and you might not want to hear it.
Yeah.
You need to you need to be ready to hear it. I'm not gonna tell if you're at a per uh, at a specific kind of age range, maybe like 16.
Mm.
Before that, everything is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is awesome. You hit 16, I'm gonna tell you where you suck and what you need to work on because
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of children. I'm not gonna ever tell them that they suck.
I think one of my, trickiest parts, in terms of drawing is, like, learning light direction, and
Oh,
one of
okay.
my major nemesis is learning proportion and perspective at the same time. Proportion alone, I'm getting
Yeah.
better at, but the mixing perspective into it is like, "Oh my god, what? This
It
doesn't look
is
right."
it is it is really hard. Do you have any books on perspective or
I've got, like, a couple of how to draw anime books, but I've not referred to them in so many years. I'm largely self-taught.
hmm. But I mean, but perspective in general, I mean, it is a huge lesson.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have, I've some books about perspective, and I always kind of refer back to them. And it's 'cause you can't cheat your way out of perspective.
No, no, you really
You need
can't.
to learn it. You need to know exactly where your distance is and
Mhm.
which lines you're following. And yes, super boring, super boring. But yeah, you can't just make it up. Unfortunately,
No.
you need to follow those lines.
So can you take us through like your process from like what you're told to write on the page, like how you get from there to your finished page? Like just take like you were told like this page of Star Wars. We'll just use Star Wars. It's the kind of most recognizable. Like what's your whole process? What tools do you use and that just so people
Do
can
you
get an
know,
idea?
I'm changing like every project that I come across or get into, I change it a little bit every time. So like in regards of how like the storyboarding to the penciling to the inking to the color. Because I try to do everything, and it upsets me when I can't color because I'm a child and I want to carry it through to the bitter end. I like to do digital coloring on Photoshop. But yeah, sometimes they take it away from me, and it really really burns. Because when I'm doing the storyboarding and when I'm looking at or reading the script, I'm just like, that'd be really cool if this color would be involved or these kind of that color theory or whatever. And I'm trying to get better at color. I can't get better at color if I learn a color. But yeah, the storyboard, I mean, I've seen some artists storyboarding and again, it's all different with different artists and everything. And some storyboards like, man, it's like you drew that. It's like it's penciled, onto the page, but it's just a storyboard. Why bother? My storyboards are really, really loose. In fact, when people say to me, can you show me your storyboards? Show me your storyboards. I was like, I'll show you the pencils. Very, very loose pencils. and then we can talk about it because I can show you these pencils and then I can change that and that's fine. But if I show you my storyboards, you won't be able to figure out what's going on because it's for me. It's just for the very very basic information like where the camera angle is, where what pose I'm dealing with in that particular thing, how how the page is laid up, how many panels there are, that kind of information, and that's a lot of information. So I try not to give it too much like detail to do that in that kind of area. But it is a very, very important part of it.
So I guess like what some people listening would be curious, like what is it? What do you actually get when you've been told to illustrate something? Do you just is it just a load of written instructions and maybe some sketches? And they say
It
just
again, it
make
just
that.
depends on it just depends on the
Yeah.
writer. Some writers are really descriptive, some are just like they trust the artist will just do whatever on the page. But and sometimes just ignore the rules that are there and just go, I don't know how to think this is what they meant, or they meant this. This is better. I just yeah, I try not to get away with stuff. But yeah, it just depends on the writer and what your relationship with them is.
It's kind of reminded me, can you remember this well, Paul Fromer, when he
Mhm.
was talking about when he initially went for the interview with James Cameron for Avatar.
Yeah, yeah.
He said he walked into this room and there was just all these incredible drawings
Yeah, yeah.
just round about showing the film. And he said to James Cameron, "Oh, that's one hell of an art department." And James said, "Oh, that's just my sketches." And they were like, "What?"
James Cameron
Yeah,
sketches.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it. He's quite incredible. Yeah.
Is he an artist?
Yeah. Well, I think he's
Yeah.
yeah.
He's meant to,
He probably humble brag by the sounds of it, but
yeah.
I didn't know
And
that. Cool.
yeah, and it's the same when we were talking to Roger Christian, he did art direction on Alien. And the same thing, he said Ridley Scott gave us all these storyboards, and we're just like, well, we can't. That's everything. It's there. He just said it again. Just sometimes you get these guys that are just naturally talented at communicating it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's Dean Dubois who co-directed Lilo and Stitch and did How to Train Your Dragon. He came to our college to talk. It's amazing.
that's
It's
pretty
so
cool.
cool. And he brought with him, look, I'm getting more. Thank you, babe. It's just a hand. And he came in to speak to our college, and he brought all the original storyboards for Lilo and Stitch
Nice.
because he said Disney think they have the originals, but I have the originals, and I'm not going to give it to them because he just photocopied them and went, ah, I gave them to Disney. And at the end, and I can't remember if this is just me being cheeky, but I was like, Eugene, can I get one of the storyboards? Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. And I really like Jumba. And
Right.
so and he went, all right. And he just gave me a Jumba storyboard. And my friend was beside me and she was like, can I get one? So he gave one to her and then didn't give one to anyone else. And I was like, oh no.
Special treatment.
So I still have that, but it's so beautiful, and I love the way he draws because it's very very different to the way that Chris draws because Chris is he does round, but it's spiky. But Dean's all round, like all of his stuff is lovely and it's round, so it's really nice. So I've got quite a few of Chris's original artwork as
That's
well,
pretty cool.
but it's nice to stuff. It's so cool. But I love Dean's stuff as well, so yeah.
Well, see that is there a writer you would give your arm for to work with, like a comic writer? Is there one like alive, live, past or present? Is there just one you were? Oh, I wish I could have.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I bug him every year at Thought Bubble. Just having a mind blank right now of the the writer. That's really embarrassing. He he. It's hard.
Or is there a comic in particular you would really love to have a shot at?
It's really really embarrassing. But for years and years and years, I've really wanted to get the trolls. Anything to do with trolls, like the
Right.
troll.
Okay.
I've done Troll Hunters, but it's different. The trolls from DreamWorks. I just really really love
Right.
Yes,
and it's something that I've worked really hard to try and get into those comics and speak to people that I know that do them, and I still haven't managed to, and it really bugs me. But
I
I
guess
keep making
I'll
them.
I saw on your
carry on,
website.
Kieran.
I saw on your website like I don't know. I presume there's gonna be more, but yeah, when I went onto your website, so I did the first thing I saw was the image of this little troll. on the first page.
Yeah, that's uh, yeah, she's so cute. But I would love to get into that. But they keep making them, so who knows? We'll just keep on bugging them.
You just keep on trying.
I think the thing about comics and just being in the creative industry at all is just relentlessly bugging everyone
Mhm.
because you just need to do it, and it kind of sucks, but you get to go to conventions and you get to speak to the people that are there, and you just constantly just have to talk stuff up because no one else is going to do it for you unless you pay agents or something.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah. So basically, your advice for any young wannabe artist is just you got to become your own best salesman, is it,
Yeah,
or
you do.
salesperson?
You do. You need to be, and I know that's hard because a lot of people have a lot of anxiety about it. But you're gonna have to talk because I get a lot of young people, and they're really, really scared, and they're really, really anxious about speaking to me or being at a convention and stuff. But we're all here to help you.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be scared about. We're don't fight. We're only gonna tell you things that'll help you, and I'm gonna give information to people because they helped me,
Mhm.
back in the day, and people just were lifting me up. So we're not gonna be mean. Well, you might think it's mean, but
You're not going
I'll
to
have
Simon Cowell them
No,
anyway.
no, no.
That's one thing.
no, no. Paul Hollywood, maybe, or somewhere between that and fruit. But yeah. So if going there, and I'm glad that they have taken the step to go there and go to conventions and everything. So it's such a great way of meeting people.
Mhm.
But and I know that the people that I'm talking about are quite young because it'll be their mums that'll speak to me, or it'll be their sisters, or
Yeah.
they're there and they want to speak,
Mhm.
but they're just really, really shy. So just just take the first step,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
and then
Because
you won't stop talking.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because it is like that's like something a lot of folks don't get is that is like the value of these conventions, and especially where we live as well. A lot of kids here probably will think, "How could I ever get into comics living in Stornoway?"
Mhm.
And then they can
Yeah,
just go to speak to someone like you, and then you can say, "No, it's possible. You can do it. Why not?"
yeah, exactly. And because and I know I was disparaging about it, but the internet, you know, I mean, I had so much come from DeviantArt. It's not like that anymore. DeviantArt isn't like that
It
anymore. But
really isn't.
it doesn't mean that the parts of Instagram or Twitter
Mm.
or some ones that I don't know. There's so many of them. I don't know what
I've
they're
been using Blue Sky.
ArtStation, Blue Sky. So I'm not on Blue Sky, but
Yeah.
maybe parts of Blue Sky. I don't know. I try not to do that one because I'm actively always looking for work.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I'm part of an art community, they don't want to pay me, and that sounds really mercenary. But I'm on Twitter to speak to the editors. I'm
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Instagram to
I mean,
speak to
I'd say
yeah.
comparatively, like, Twitter's, like, your best bet because it's more widely
I
used.
would say so. I would say so.
I
Yeah.
think Blue Sky was just set up because of the controversies surrounding Twitter, you know? I refuse to call it X, just, it's still
Yeah.
Twitter.
I know.
It
Me
will
too.
always be Twitter.
Yeah. I totally. I'm with you. Yeah.
No, it's just got what you're saying there about kids now. I get this feeling that see kids going to school now, they're not as disparaged from pursuing creative subjects as
No.
like kind of maybe me and you when we went to school. It was like, oh, you're going to be an engineer, or if you're a girl, you're going to be a hairdresser. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. Whereas if someone wants to pursue the arts, I think they're encouraged a lot
Mhm.
more to go for that.
Yeah, I was lucky and I was encouraged as well. Like even with my my teachers in school, they were very encouraging. So like, well, you can't.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, because
You
there's
seem to like this whole drawing thing, but yeah, with my parents as well, I was encouraged.
yeah,
But
that's
now there's a different kind of disparity. It's like you want to be a vlogger? What?
It just
It's
shifted
always
target.
exactly. It always shifts. It's always a shifting kind of target thing.
the
And now
yeah.
it's like, you want to be an influencer?
Do you wanna be a
Yeah, because
TikToker?
oh, you wanna be a
Exactly.
podcaster? Oh my god, don't go there. No, because there's, an old friend of mine, and that was his experience in school, like, he was great at art, and he told his art teacher, "I wanna do comics," and she was so disparaging, like, because there wasn't proper art, as she put it, and he
There
gave
you
up
go.
on it, and I still see his drawings, and I'm, like, saying, Why don't you just give it another go sometime? Go to
Mm.
some conventions and show off your art.
Yeah.
What can happen? What's so? But he's just bearing that kind of cross a bit.
So the number one thing that I always hear from people is, "I wish I'd never given up." You know? I
Mm.
wish I'd never, and it's not about making a living through art. That's not what they're talking about. They're
No.
talking about they wish they'd never stopped drawing. You know? Because they do at a certain point, and I never hit it, and I never understood it. Some people just stop being creative,
Yeah.
and then they just get
Yeah,
angry,
Yeah. A lot of built up
and
regret.
then they play bingo. I don't know what you do. I actually, like, literally don't know what to do. But that's the number one thing that I hear. Just the regret that
Yeah.
and I said, like, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be like working for Marvel or whatever. But if you enjoy it, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it's like the best example of that is the guys from South Park. I mean, they were just literally moving pieces of paper across a page
I
when they
love it.
started, and
I
it's not
love those
even
guys. I
yeah, and
love
it's
those
not
guys
great
so much.
animation or great drawing, but they've made it work. It just
I
shows you
know, and
you don't have to be the best.
it's such a good example of characters as well, because
Mm-mm.
their characters are incredible and they're so well built and
Mhm.
well realized that it doesn't actually matter about the animation at all.
No.
Like, they don't ever. And they probably have a massive budget now.
Mm.
I
And
don't
they'll
know.
still stick with that.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's quirky. It's what
yeah,
makes South Park South
Yeah,
Park.
they
and
don't
it's
have the
weird.
three. It's either sideways or forwards.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
three quarters
Yeah,
sometimes, very
yeah.
rarely,
Yeah.
but that's either
I think one of the few times I've
I turned into Cartman there. Meh or meh.
one of the few times I've seen maybe like that rare three quarters is that episode. I've not seen the full episode though, but I know the context enough. Is where the Mongolian when the Chinese the city walk guy built a wall on
The
South Park and the Mongolians come along.
Oh, I love it.
But it's weird. It's like, but it is like the story of South Park, just from having little bits of paper, maybe, and now you've got people praying, saying, "You're the voices that we need in these
Mm.
times right now." Like
Mhm,
to
mhm,
go from
mhm.
that just shows you, like, you don't have to be the best to be
No,
kind of
no.
valued. And
Yeah,
now people are
but
seeing them as just having an important message that needs to be said right now.
yeah, but as I was saying, like, before, I'm a huge animation fan.
Mhm.
So the moment animation is like booming is,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
I'm not an animator, but I'm just a voracious
Yeah.
consumer of, and I to draw these things. So when with all the kind of independent all the independent kind of little pop up things that we're told by studios, no, they're just making their own things,
Mm.
and K-pop Demon
Mm.
Hunters, and, like, need I say more? I'm so excited about the future of animation because we just get all these projects. I'm so excited about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
So excited. And it just shows that a lot of the bigger studios have just become a bit more guarded about their stuff,
Yeah.
and they're not willing to risk everything
Mhm.
on something that, you can see a project and go, "Now that's cool.
Mhm.
Now that's gonna really, really rock." And they just put, can you imagine all the things that haven't been made because Disney have been like, "Oh no, we can't do that."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you mentioned, like the bigger studios, bigger companies, more like at least over the past decade, arguably, I feel they've been pouring more money into just making it look shiny as opposed to actual storytelling
yeah,
and character development. I've actually been watching a lot of this guy called I think well various different YouTubers, but one of them is called Toon, and he just does these covers of how to write a twist villain. And that one's the first one that comes to mind because that's something that Disney has been sort of struggling with lately.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
Love a good villain.
and
I
what
love a good
one's
villain.
the main studio that's been really good at villains, regardless be they twist or not, is DreamWorks. Yeah, I mean, you have
Totally agree.
the likes of Lord Shen and Kai from the Kung Fu Panda films,
Mm.
and it was he also referred to Disney's greatest and most terrifying twist villain was Water Noose from Monsters Inc. That's the crab
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah,
CEO.
no, he was really, really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Or or the, um, Wreck-It Ralph guy.
Turbo,
Yeah,
King
Turbo!
Candy.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming at all.
It's
It
like,
was a
"You wouldn't hit a man with glasses,
fantastic
would you?"
movie.
Smash.
Yeah,
but I
no, I
will
love that
say,
movie. Mhm.
but I can can recommend a bit of animation. If you go onto Netflix, look up Bad Exorcist. So recommend that.
Bad Exorcist. I haven't. Is that an adult one?
Yes, it's from Poland,
Okay.
and
It's in
it's
Poland. Is it
well,
dubbed
that's a
or?
great thing. I've started going out with a Polish girl, and she's exposing me to a lot of Polish
Mhm.
TV, and like it is dubbed.
I
You
didn't
can
know they had
watch.
animation.
This guy is he is renowned in Poland, and his animation just goes to some screwed up places. He just goes. He said like it's South Park, but if you take it even
Oh,
further, more
wow.
extreme, it's South
Okay.
Park. Bad Exorcist.
What?
How'd you go further than South Park?
Just watch this and you'll find out. It's just
Yeah.
so off the wall, and it's so worth watching. It's just like she just says he's a legend in Poland and he's done all these animations. So like there's all this foreign stuff as well you can tap into in markets you wouldn't think of. Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't think Poland would have a big animation thing like that.
No, I
Uh,
wouldn't. No, no, no. But I would bet my money on it being something like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's something dark and something
Yeah.
heavy and
Basically
gross.
it's
Is
a
it gross?
yes, it is. It's
Of course
gross,
it
it's
is.
twisted, it's everything. Basically, it's this guy, he's a severe alcoholic pill popper and he goes around hunting supernatural things.
Okay, hints.
And one of his companions is a demon that he's become friends with. And it's just yeah. It just it goes from there. And then he sometimes teams up with these Catholic priests. And the Catholic priests are all big buff action hero type guys, like really handsome. It's just
So it's not a serious documentary.
no, it's
No,
not a serious reflection of life in
no, no.
Poland, I think.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, good.
I'll watch
Definitely.
that.
Yeah, there you go. You got some viewing material. It's just I was going to say, like, I think we're kind of the same age range. Tanya, I'm 46 now. You're not too
About
far
a day
off
over
that, are
30.
you? Yeah. No, I'm just no. It's just for you kind of grew up sort of when in the 90s when comics was going through its dark ages, and
Mhm.
just say, what's the and have you seen like a big transition in the comics industry since then?
I think because I do a lot of independent comic book kind of shows, like as I said, Thought Bubble and like the Lakes and Ocon and everything. So I see a lot of kind of home brewed stuff
Mm.
because
Okay.
Scotland particularly is such a
Oh yeah.
hotbed for writers and artists and everything. So I feel so happy in my wee bubble in Scotland
Mhm.
because we have so many good writers and so many good artists. And we could fill a show like whenever we go down to Thought Bubble, and that's in it wasn't Leeds when I was in Harrogate in York.
Oh, okay.
All the Scots just come down. I think there's actually a show that goes on at the same time at the same weekend, but we just come down to Harrogate, drink it dry, and just stay in our own bubble and go Scotland, Scotland,
Scotland!
down here in England. So no, it's I feel really proud of whenever I travel like that because it's kind of like a traveling circus. But I'm always excited about the portraits that they do. So yeah, it's if you ever want to go and see what the comic industry is like, go to your local kind of con or
Mhm.
go to the because they always have really great ideas. Because I really can't be bothered with superhero stuff. I never was.
Yeah.
I never really was. I mean, you can't even tempt me with Nightwing. He's hot and everything, but
That's it.
I just where do you start with that? Because those guys, those characters,
Mhm.
they're like 70 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you
Yeah.
start?
Yeah.
All they have to do really is just, like, refresh every decade or so, or and, like, expand upon the same character in a different way. I mean, you've got, like I know with, like, DC, they have multiple multiverses, and one that, my mate has been getting into recently, I think it came out, like, over the last few years or so, I think was the what was it? It's basically the DC alternate universe, for example, is where, like, Batman is like an engineer as opposed to being a millionaire. Still sort of Batman-ish, but he's, like, really good pals with the Joker. It has, like, a much more darker twist to it, but it explores more
Okay.
down to I think down to, like, the psychology of it all as opposed to, your standard DC. I can't remember what the name of
Okay.
the series is, but, I kinda find things like that fascinating, but then again, you can only go so far with the same characters, and you can only change them so much. Yeah.
Yeah. The only way that I'm willing to follow characters over that kind of series and changing and like reinventing themselves is the turtles.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I'm there. for every single thing that they do, and however much they get retold. It's like, no, I'm here for this. I'm here for this.
Turtles.
Turtles every day, turtles.
You ever see that video of I think it's like the kid on that American news is like back in like early 2000s. He's like dressed up as like a skeleton. It's like, why are you here? I like turtles. Yeah.
What is he dressed up as? What is dressed
I
up?
think he's like probably in his like 20s to 30s now. But when he was a wee kid, he had like a black makeup, black face paint on. And it had that sort of
Okay.
skull design on it. You know, like I think he had like black around here. Everything else was kind of white.
Uh-huh.
You know, cheekbones were like black, and you know, he just says, "I like turtles."
Right, but he's a skeleton. Weird. Apparently, I'm Morticia Adams for Halloween,
Nice.
says my daughter, because she's going to be Wednesday.
Uh,
She's going to Wednesday. Uh, Speaking of cult
hmm.
classics from the 80s.
Yeah.
Actually,
They're like
that's from like the 70s.
yeah, yeah.
No, it's the 60s, I
60s.
think. It's black and white,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first one.
60s.
I'm
It's
pretty sure
crazy
it's black and white.
how long that's been going on for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
love
go
that.
on that long, the original Addams Family was only a few seasons, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then
And it just
yeah, because
then there was few
originally
movies in
started
the
off as a
90s.
comic and then was into a TV series which ran for a couple of seasons.
Okay.
I don't know if it stopped because the original guy who played Gomez passed away. I can't quite remember the reason why it suddenly stopped. But then of course it picked up back up again in the 90s with Tim Burton with the 2 films. Which are
So
pretty
good.
good. They're really good. And we recently, obviously, when Wednesday first came out back a few years ago, myself and my wife were like, "Yeah, we're watching that." We've yet to see the second season, so
We're currently watching it. My sister, daughter,
Mhm.
Tequila. She's really into it. I thought she would be, but we tried a couple of times to watch it,
Uh,
and I think we just got distracted by
yeah,
other
yeah,
stuff. I
yeah.
don't know why, but because it's too much. It's too much. I mean, not enough that we can't watch K-pop Demon Hunters 40
Oh
times, but
yeah. My wife's only seen that twice now. I don't know if she's seen it more though.
only twice.
Yeah.
Didn't go to the sing along.
I was just in the background, just over listening. I was like playing. I think I was playing like Total War game or something. And occasionally, I would be turning my head around just to see what's going on the screen.
You're Warhammer guy, are you?
A Total War, Creative Assembly, like Total War Shogun 2 is your turn-based strategy games.
Okay, so they come with little guys.
Yeah, yeah. They're it's a PC game series.
Oh,
But
okay, okay. So
they have
you're
actually done Total War Warhammer as well.
okay. Yeah, don't tell my husband that because he has too many little guys.
Yeah.
Too many little guys.
I think the closest I have to little guys are X-Wing miniatures. Which is no longer being the Atomic Mass Games stopped production on them last year or so. I was like, but you know, but I've got like
The only thing I own really are art books.
yeah,
I'm trying to the little guy because my husband really wants me to paint things. I can't paint them, and I just can't. I don't have the
neither do
patience.
I. I can't
That's
stand it.
weird. Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. I think I'm good at it, but I'm not, so I don't want to do it. But no, I just own art books and lots and lots of paper.
I've got quite a good number of manga, namely Naruto.
Yes, I need to read more manga. That's my thing. Need to read more manga.
Okay, guys, we are kind of coming up to the end. So, Kieran, I think you know what's coming now. It's quick fire time.
God,
We always
and
finish with some
it's
quick
only
fires.
one of me this time, as opposed to 3 of us.
Yes, but well, there's 2 of you, so I get
Yeah.
to throw the. So, all right, who should I go to Tanya first or Kieran first?
No, he's gonna do his thing.
Rock.
Right. Well, I'll go Kieran first. Digital or traditional art?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Kieran's drinking tequila too.
I mean, considering I started off as traditional
Well-
and I've shifted to digital over the past decade.
Yeah. Just which one do you prefer generally?
Oh, that's actually, god damn, that's actually a good
I'm so
question.
glad I didn't get this.
Yeah, yeah.
So glad.
I'm very used to
Mhm.
digital. I do like digital because there's so many little hacks you can do. If you make a mistake, you can just press Control Z. It's easy enough. And it has gotten to the point where if I revert back to pencil on paper, my left hand has a habit of going for the Control Z key.
So, Tanya, over to you. Digital or traditional?
Traditional all the way.
Okay. Anything to back
Life
that up?
doesn't have a control delete key.
Okay. Next up, Kieran. What would be your superpower?
Well, I'm already good at hindsight, so I can roll that out.
You're that
Actually,
guy.
what a superpower I'd love to have, just because I'm nerdy and I come from a family of linguists, is the ability to speak any language I hear.
That would be
Nice one.
cool.
Mhm.
Tanya, what's
To step on Lego and not swear.
which is impossible for you right now? You
Absolutely
got little ones
impossible.
running.
Goes to my son, my son, who actually has one of the tidiest
Ugh.
rooms of us all. But Lego's very
Yeah.
small.
Cheeky follow-up question
Yes,
then.
from that concept.
I've got a cheeky follow-up question to that then. Lego brick or a D4 die?
Stand on. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely a D4 die. Oh, that thing. And I don't like mine's. I play D&D. Mine's is in my thing at all
Yeah.
times. But it's really very
I've seen
pointy.
some really pointy
No, if I
boys.
stood on that, I would not be able to not swear. It's so pointy.
Okay.
Resin.
Kieran, what's the weirdest thing you've ever doodled in a meeting? In a
In a
meeting.
meeting?
Yeah. Have you been? Well, you've been in meetings at some point in your life.
Yeah, but I've never really. I don't think I've ever doodled in a meeting. I've doodled stuff in a. I'll give it. So, excluding the very beautiful Jigglypuff that I showed earlier prior to the podcast, that one takes the cake. That was just pure joy. But excluding that, I'd say back when I was in 6th year in English, I used to love English and history. But being in 6th year, and being in the Nicholson Institute, kind of gave up. I ended up doodling Father Ted scenes in my notebook.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That's
Love it.
a
I
good
got
one.
detention for it.
I love my brick.
I drew that one. I also got the what do you think is behind
My lovely horse.
what do you think is behind tomorrow's calendar, Father? A pair of frickin' women's knickers.
I used to die.
What was the question again?
Weirdest thing you
Oh yeah,
doodled,
so doodled in a meeting, Tanya.
In a meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have meetings. I really
Do artists have
no.
meetings?
See, pitch meetings.
I'm not supposed to doodle in a meeting when I'm talking about drawing.
That's basically that's
So
your job, to doodle at meetings.
exactly,
You get paid to do it. That's the best thing.
I mean, I could maybe tell you the weirdest thing that I've drawn. When I was a child, I drew this. I had no idea where this came from, by the way. But I drew an entire comic of this like gremlin thing just eating a cow alive, and it was really pretty. Like I colored the whole thing beautifully, and I have no idea why I drew that. I could have gone so
Right.
wrong.
Okay.
Maybe I have. I don't know. But I just
Right.
yeah, very weird.
Right. Kieran, what's your go-to snack during a marathon drawing session?
Okay, anything within reach, but typically crisps or something sweet.
Crisps. All right. Tanya, is it tequila? You're on. Is that your snack?
It's got bits. It's got bits in it.
All right. Your go-to snack when you've had a marathon drawing session. What would you reach for?
Something not messy because I want to still draw.
yeah.
So
No Cheetos then.
no.
Mm.
Although I love an Empire biscuit.
Empire biscuits are really
Oh.
good. If you not got
Oh
an
my
Empire
God, the
biscuit,
best
you got a
biscuits ever.
snowball.
Because you get 2 biscuits.
2 biscuits in one.
It's so good.
Okay, Kieran, what fictional character would you trust to babysit your pet?
God. Well, not Charles Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist. He can just go away. Anyone giggles at that, they'll understand the reference. He's just a dick. So who can beyond that? Who would I trust with my pets? That's a fictional character. First one, funny enough, that might come to mind is Dr. Tenma from Naoki Urasawa's Monster.
Oh my God, I don't know any of these people.
So I definitely recommend Monster, by the way. The Naoki Urasawa is just a brilliant mangaka. She's amazing.
Well, I will take your word for it. Monster.
Monster.
Yeah.
It's
Monster.
a
Right, okay, cool.
psychological thriller.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm going to read more manga.
The manga
I'm gonna
for it
do
will
it.
be expensive, by the way, because it's been a while and
I will not read that manga.
So, Tanya, what monster would take care of your pet? What fictional
Monster, did
you
you
monster?
said
say?
character to
Was a
me.
fictional
You said
character?
fictional character. What?
Oh, character, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I don't know why this immediately came to my mind, and it's not appropriate at all, but Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff
Yeah, yeah,
Girls.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I have a new husky puppy,
Mhm,
and I just think they would be pals
mhm.
because she just lick his
Okay.
face and just
Huskies are beautiful.
and he'd be like,
Okay.
Mojo Jojo, deal, but she wouldn't care.
All right. So, Kira, what's your weirdest habit while drawing?
That's a good question.
Or is it, should we be asking Melissa?
Don't know. I mean, kind of a
She's got, here.
I don't know, she's not really seen me draw in a good long while. What would you say is my weirdest habit when I draw?
Please ask her.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently I don't have one. But I kinda know.
Oh,
Maybe I don't know, it's like hand positioning maybe, or sometimes trying to zoom in
Well,
with my
Karen,
eyes.
do you do this when you're doing an expression? You just make the expression as well.
Sometimes, yeah, I do. I try, especially like
You might
doing
not know.
hands. Yeah, when I try to do hands, I try to like mimic the positioning. But it's very rare I do that. I suppose the other weird habit I have is thinking too much.
Like, when you're at a convention or on a bus or when you're going somewhere like a cafe and you have to do you have to mime out what you're drawing, like
Mm.
your hand position. You're just like,
Just
right,
yeah, just hope I'm not drawing anyone that's flipping anyone off. You know. Right.
drawing hands
Gotcha.
when you're drawing.
Gotcha.
so a mundane object you find surprisingly difficult to draw, Kieran.
Ooh,
I've got so many of these.
shoes. I don't do shoes.
Ah, shoes are hard.
For me, my default is either Sabatons or boots.
Sabotage.
Sabatons are basically in full metal armor. They're the point. I'm lifting my leg as if to show you this, but there's no point in doing that. They're like the
Unless you're a ballerina.
my legs don't go that high. They're like the metal plating that covers the top side of your boots,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which, funnily enough, is what the Swedish heavy metal band Sabaton is named for.
All right.
Tanya, the mundane object you find the most difficult to draw.
Wheels. Fucking hate drawing wheels.
Like
All right.
any wheels in
It's like
general, or
it's because they're attached to cars. Really hate drawing cars. I tried to stylize it and it still looks wrong.
I couldn't do
So
vehicles
I
to save my
can't
life.
draw wheels. Adore.
What about cartwheels?
Okay.
Cartwheels.
I think I'd be okay with that. It's just wheels because they're attached to cars. If they were like futuristic cars
They wouldn't have
and
to.
they floated
Yeah, yeah.
and didn't have any wheels, that'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Last one, Kieran. Which cartoon character has the best wardrobe?
Damn.
Um,
I need to think about that one. Gee. That's what I mean. There's a lot of what I've watched. The main characters tend to wear the same thing day in, day out. So you'd have to exclude things like Superman, Batman, Naruto. Yeah, Naruto only has like 2 or 3 costumes. Um,
yeah, he does.
I think arguably maybe the characters from the Avatar, the Last Airbender series, they have quite a good wardrobe. I think Zuko has loads. Like Prince Zuko has loads of wardrobes that he goes through.
Does he?
Yeah, yeah. He has the his blue spirit, his armor that he wore from the first season with that included the helmet. You have his Earth refugee outfit, and then the sort of when he came back as Prince Zuko. So you have his Prince Zuko attire as well as his casual attire. Then the one when he was joining the gang. Yeah, and there's also there's the Emerald Island. I think that's the one where they go to the play. They're on the Emerald Island sort of vacation. I think he has this sort of vest that he wears there. But I think there's an image of all the main characters in their variant outfits, and Zuko seems to have the most.
Okay, okay. I wonder why that is. That's weird. Just like fabulous,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess. It's
Okay.
fabulous.
Well, over to you, Tanya. The last question.
And I'm just gonna bring it right back to K-pop Demon Hunters again.
Hmm.
Just all the girls
Hmm.
just looking fabulous. They're K-pop band. So they have lots of outfits, and they're all really cool. Specifically, the one
Mhm.
where they go to kill Saja.
Yeah.
I wanna cosplay that one.
All
Get
right.
the
Cool.
nails. So cool. So cool. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
No problem.
Thank
Right.
you.
And all right.
So
Thank
he's
you so
not
much.
the hand doesn't come back to give him more tequila, so I think Ashley had to go.
Oh, I thought you were thanking us there. Sorry for the amazing questions at the
No,
end.
I was thanking you.
All right. I thought it was that of the hand. I didn't know. Sorry.
No, the hand's not back.
So thank you so much, Tanya, for coming along. So the
No,
usual,
thank you.
if people want to find you, where can they track you down?
So I'm on the internet. I'm Inoli Enslave, or just Tanya Roberts, and you can find my website. You can find my LinkedIn. You can find my Twitter, my Instagram, my art station. You can art if it's still around. It is still around. If you check sometimes, people message me and like, "I'm not here, guys."
And I will have to say, put Tanya Roberts comics, or else you're going to get the American
Yeah, I
actress
had to type
from
I
Yeah,
had to type
from
in
Charlie's
comic as well.
Angels.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's dead now. So my Google search is greatly
Oh yeah, you're
improved.
fine. You're safe.
It's fine, she's dead.
Crikey, it would have been a major shock if that Tanya Roberts had turned up tonight.
Sorry, Tanya. So sorry.
All right, and a big thank you, Kieran, for coming along co-hosting tonight.
No worries. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I should
All right, so
probably stop hogging the bathroom.
yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I want to wee.
Right, so thank you very much, everyone, for listening, tuning in, and when you listen to this on the podcast, take care, everyone, when we'll speak to you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.